Hi, friends. Cody Ryan here. I'm going to turn the official introduction for tonight's festivities, the opening ceremonies, as it were, over to my good friend and longtime associate, Mr. Marvin Brando. Marvin even brought his own orchestra and everything.
Good evening, friends, Romans.
Psst, this is San Francisco.
San Franciscans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to praise rock and roll, not to bury it.
Listen, we haven't got all day.
Trust me. I just want Cody Ryan to fill your ears with music from KMEL San Francisco.
Yeah, what else?
We're rocking the bay.
The Camel Album Caravan. 7 of your favorite classic albums on the Camel this Sunday night at 7. Great ones all the way through, like Elton John, Tumbleweed Connection, Foreigners First, The Babies, Broken Heart, Street Survivors, Leonard Skinner, The Alan Parsons Project, I, Robot, Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, and Mink DeVille. That's this Sunday at 7. From your friends, the Camel Album Caravan. This weekend, the Camel Midnight Movies brings you a pair of classic films about 2 individuals who changed a generation. Return to Berkeley at the turn of the decade for the reigning guitarist of his time, Jimi Hendrix in his prime, Hendrix in Berkeley. A classic document of an era, and Janet. The definitive portrait of the lady who gave San Francisco a piece of her heart.
The Camel Midnight Movies, this Friday and Saturday night at midnight in the Presidio Theater, 2340 Chestnut Street, from your FM friends at 106.
Table for 2, please.
Pardon me, monsieur, with 1,000 pardons, but we do have a strict dress code here, and I'm afraid...
Certainly, and it is your dress code that is appealing to me. But after all, I am wearing a color-coordinated hand-knit tie, especially...
Monsieur, I'm afraid it is not your tie.
What? The jacket? My
Monsieur,
good
that
fellow.
jacket is exquisite.
The shoes?
Also excellent.
The shirt?
Magnificent.
Well, what then?
Monsieur, it is a small matter of your cap. The one with their camel.
Oh, you can't be serious. My cap? Don't you understand fashion? It is my camel cap which sets me apart. My camel cap tells the world I'm at home with the wind. I have no fear of the sun. I listen to only the best in music. It tells them that I am at one with the universe. It tells them...
You have bats in your belfry.
Yes, but a belfry with a camel cap is a belfry with style.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll like a symphony.
After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out.
Good evening. This morning on After Midnight, we're investigating the Rod Stewart wedding that took place in April. Rod married Alana Hamilton, formerly Mrs. George Hamilton, and the close-up mouth on the ultra-bright TV toothpaste commercial a couple of years ago. Unbeknownst to any of the large security force in attendance, our Ace Society reporter Bernard Webb was there to cover the ceremony in all its splendor and glory. And we switch you now to an interview that could have taken place just minutes before the big event. Bernard, are you there?
Yes, Cody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ron and friends are all set to answer our questions. First, the question on everyone's mind. Since you will be marrying Alana Hamilton in less than half an hour, does this mean you're through with Britt Eklund, your longtime girlfriend? Rod, since the Lee Marvin and Peter Frampton cases, there's reports that you and Alana signed a contract to prevent a huge settlement in case the marriage didn't last 6 months. Is this true?
I don't want to discuss it, baby. Get more bad for trying.
Well, you don't have to freak out. Just let me know in a quiet tone what the answer to my question is. All right, Rod, have it your own way. Well, Rod, what attracted you to Alana in the first place? Is that all?
Just an old-fashioned
I understand you've helped write your own vows for the ceremony. Can you give us a sample of what you'll say to Alana to bind you for life? There seems to be an argument over who is going to make the first cut into the cake. Why is this?
First cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest.
Well, I've about had it, Cody. I'm not even sure I'm being taken seriously here. Rod, do you have any parting comments? That's a great philosophy to start a marriage with. This is Bernard Webb from the Rod Stewart Wedding in Beverly Hills signing off for After Midnight on the Camel.
The Camel and Playboy magazine invite you on a run for the money. Join us in Golden Gate Park September 3rd for a 7.5 mile fun run benefiting the United States Olympic Team. Enter and you may win running shoes by Pony or a trip for two to the Bahamas. Run and you may win a Toyota Corolla SR5 liftback or a gold-plated Camel Playboy medallion. Very special Camel Playboy t-shirts will be given to the first 1,000 runners. Registration forms are available at your Northern California Toyota dealers. For more details, keep listening to Camel 106.
Hello, y'all. This is Jimmy with a revolutionary new discovery to keep your hair in top shape just like mine. No matter which side of your head your part is on. It's the new plutonium blow dryer with strontium 90 by 3 Mile Island, the one with the hydrogen bubble. Now I hope that we can all convert from a simple comb and brush and ordinary hair dryers using asbestos and electricity to frazzle those ends. Why not do it the American way? My way, with the peaceful use of the atom. And if you're afraid of the dark, try the new plutonium with strontium 90 hair dryer. You'll have that certain glow when you walk in a room, especially a dark room. Why, it may never be dark again. Well, I've got to go now. Billy's driving to church today. This is Jimmy, reminding you to get the blow that will give you the glow. New plutonium with strontium 90. Thank you. Thank you very much. Pick one up today. Thank you.
Hello, this is old Father Time, speaking to you from the great grandfather clock in the sky. I just wanted to remind you to get in sync with the rest of the world and set your clocks ahead 1 hour by 1 a.m. Sunday morning, at least before you go to bed Saturday night. We're moving into Pacific Daylight Savings Time. This Sunday, April 29th, 1 a.m.
becomes 2 a.m. So remember to move your clocks ahead. No, not yet. Wait till 1 a.m.
Don't forget, spring forward, fall back. A timely reminder from Camel 106.
Life goes by pretty fast. If you don't stop once in a while and take a look around, you just might miss it. That's the advice that Ferris Bueller gives us in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the latest high school comedy by John Hughes. The man who's already given us 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, and Pretty in Pink. Look out, Woody. Your reputation may be on the line as America's funniest filmmaker. Good morning, this is Cody Ryan for Screen Test. John Hughes, the director, has an ability to draw on our universal high school experiences like boring instructors, falling asleep at your desk, teen romance, the guy who seems to get away with everything, and turns them into outrageous send-ups like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What's amazing is these films work in the contemporary setting. Today's high schoolers love these films. They also speak to the high school generations of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Why? They're funny, great writing, Universal situations. Hasn't everyone pulled the I'm too sick to go to school today routine when we really felt just fine? Come on, admit it. Sure you did. But I doubt if any of us have taken it to the level Ferris Bueller does in this movie. Matthew Broderick turns in a masterful performance as Ferris Bueller, the right combination of cocky, smooth, hip nonchalance. He addresses us directly in the movie. That is, he looks at the camera and talks to us, a device that Woody Allen used to great effect in Play It Again, Sham, and it works again in this film. We become his hip partners in crime, and what a fun ride it is. Ferris covers his tracks in every conceivable fashion so Mom and Dad don't find out, but mainly he wants to thwart his nemesis, the Dean of Students, Ed Rooney, played to the hilt by Jeffrey Jones. Jones-Rooney is so petty, so intense, it's great fun to watch the duel between he and the Hooky King. While Ferris has his entire community thinking he's dying of some rare disease, his kid sister is wise to his tricks. She hates him because he always has gotten away with everything. Her character does go through some changes throughout the film, however. Again, that's a strength of John Hughes films. They aren't just hack teen comedies. The characters are well written. Although exaggerated for humorous effect here and there, there's a lot that is real. We can identify with them. We care about what they go through, and we laugh at the reality and the absurdity of the situation because we've been there. That's not as easy a thing to do as John Hughes makes it look. This is a very funny, charming picture. I laughed harder than any other picture I've been to this year, including Hannah and Her Sisters. One more point I'd like to make about this film. My brother's a teacher. When he saw the advance ads for Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he said, "Oh no! That's just what we need! It's hard enough to get kids to stop cutting school. All we need is a movie that glorifies it." I can understand his frustration. But through Ferris Bueller, Hughes does more than make a silly movie encouraging kids to try and get out of school, though I won't deny that that element is there. But in the course of carousing around Chicago, he and his friends go to the Chicago Museum of Art, and they actually stop and tune in to the masterpieces of some great artists. In the middle of all the shenanigans, put-ons, and parades, a point is made. Life does go by. Do we make the best of it we can? Do we let life move us? If you take in a good museum and let yourself be moved by great art, maybe missing a day of school or work is a good idea every once in a while. As a matter of fact, it sounds like a good... Oh, all of a sudden, I don't feel very good. I think I should go home and take it easy. Try and get better. Would you tell my producer? This is Cody Ryan for Screen Test on KGO.